Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch, and with me, as always, is my co-host, my bud.
Well, first off, my name isn't Bud. It's Nathan.
Oh, God. That's right. My co-host, Nate. Nathan.
So fuck off. Lucky Charms.
Jesus. This got aggressive real quick. And, of course, our queen of unsuspecting victims are... our last, I don't know even what to say. Our top last. Our top last. I like it. Lisa.
Suck it, Lucky Charms.
How about
can y'all please stop? Can y'all please stop?
Can you say it in Irish accent? Can you say it in Irish accent, Lisa?
No.
No.
I thought about it. I was like, can I? No.
Can I pull that off? No.
Just say it in a Sean Connery voice. He was Irish.
No, he wasn't.
Anyway. I tried. Come on, I'm trying.
No,
I'm trying.
Well, speaking of trying, we are trying to get through this week's episode, which, of course,
we're trying. Look, and failing. So
miserably. I mean, it's now our tradition because Nate owns the Blu-ray and makes sure that we watch it. But interesting enough,
this is a tradition unlike any other. The Masters actually stole this from us. I believe.
It you know what? That's probably right. Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, where each week we take a look at a different horror movie and debate a horror-related topic with our unsuspecting victim, usually not someone we would consider a horror fan. We have our annual veritable bowl of gold here. Bag of gold, bowl of gold, whatever. There's no real pot here.
Bowl of
gold. Well, it rhymes kind of. I thought it sounded good.
This is the first Leprechaun, okay? This isn't like the substandard sequels where they talk about bowl. This is straight bag. Okay, pot, if you will. How dare you? This is the movie that was, of all of the movies in the Leprechaun franchise, by far the best written. Right?
Yeah, there's that. Yeah, this is.
Oh no.
This is certainly. I mean, yeah. So so let's recap. I wanna take, for those that maybe haven't been listening to us for super long. I mean, let's talk, right? We've done Leprechaun. Let me wrap with you, kids. We've done Leprechaun in the Hood. We did Leprechaun in Space.
Okay, hold on. We did Leprechaun 4 in Space. Started with the most ridiculous. Well, I don't know.
We'll find out eventually.
We did Leprechaun in the Hood. We did Leprechaun 3 in Vegas. So now
Christ, I forgot we did in Vegas. Yeah.
Yes. Now number 4, we go back to the original.
To where it all began.
Yeah, we'll be there for you. Leprechaun 1.
God. Yeah, so I'm so excited. Lisa. Leprechaun, at this point, we've done this now a few times for St. Patty's Day. Do you get like a spider sense? Like it just coming, like you just start, like as it gets closer to March, do you just start feeling more like uneasy and you can't really explain it? Like you just know something's around the corner, but
like a leprechaun is tickling your leg, if you will. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Yeah. What do you think, Lisa? In terms of Leprechaun, like indifferent, laughing at some of the hilarious jokes? Where are you at in the just general reaction to Leprechaun?
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's this, honestly, of all the ones we've done, this is the least ridiculous one.
There you go. See? Or is that
That's
good?
saying something.
Is that good or is that bad?
Good?
Okay. We are starting off in a great place. We're starting off in a great place. All right. Well, cheers. I got my beer.
Well, there
I
you
don't know
go.
about you guys. Wow.
No. We
Slackers.
I know. Look, I'm saving myself up for March Madness, which is what Nate calls watching the entire Leprechaun marathon.
Oh, that's so good. I have all 7 movies here. So
That's 7 too
right
many.
here. There's an 8th movie, but I'm not.
I really get upset. Look, I'm not here to say what I'm not saying, Nate, is I'm not saying Puppet Master is a better franchise. What I am saying is it's not a worse franchise.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It's
what's the iconicness of Puppet Master? Like I can't think of. Is Jennifer Aniston? Oh, wait, was Lisa Kudrow in a Puppet Master in the early 90s? I don't think
there's so many, Nate, that she might have been. I mean, there's literally no way to tell. We'll just have to figure it out.
When David Schwimmer is in a Puppet Master movie, that like things have gone terribly wrong.
Look, I've got so much to talk about. I just searched Puppet Master, but I searched The Puppet Master, and that is a Chinese film that is not the one I'm looking for.
Probably much better. Lisa, if you had to pick someone from the Friends verse that you'd want to see in a horror movie, who would it be? Because we already got Courtney Cox is in Scream, the Scream movies, right? Jennifer Aniston in Leprechaun, and then she tried to act like it didn't exist. But other than that, who are you wanting to see in a horror film? I know you're a Friends fan.
Joey Tribbiani.
Okay, so Matt LeBlanc.
Yeah, but here's the problem. It can't be Matt LeBlanc. It has to be Joey Tribbiani.
Oh, okay. So this has got to be an in character.
Because he's an actor in the show, so they need to have him be in a horror movie.
This is gonna be your Wes Craven's New Nightmare, but with the character of Joey.
Yes.
Oh, okay, Mitch. What do you think about that?
He's speechless.
I mean, so look,
is there a coffee kill? It's like someone gets scalded by coffee.
Look, I never watched Friends, so this is not the segment. This is not the second part of the show I'll be able to.
Oh, me either. I don't think I've ever seen an episode. Are the Rembrandts still around? Could they do the soundtrack a la Goo Goo Dolls with Nightmare on Elm Street?
I mean, what else are they doing, right? I mean, I think
exactly. What else are they doing?
High time for a reunion. But look, we're going to get into a number of Leprechaun related things. It is our St. Patty's Day episode. Almost wasn't.
Get a drink going.
Yeah. You're gonna need.
Are you at work?
You're gonna.
Are you at work? Yeah, too bad. Just do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, someone somewhere has green beer, so.
I know. I forgot my dye. I just moved. Well, and I gotta give a special shout out to and there's a lot of shout outs in the credits of this film, which I'll get into. But give a shout out to Mitch because we almost didn't do a Leprechaun movie this year. So because I was moving and the dates. I mean, who knows what dates are anymore at this point for me. Mitch will come out the clutch save. So Leprechaun, it's all Mitch's fault, good or bad.
Well, I was about to say, I don't think I was trying to save it. I was actually thrilled that we weren't doing a Leprechaun episode. But
no, you knew if you brought it up, it would be happening.
You know, so. My thumbs worked faster than my brain in this case, and here we go. Sorry, real quick. Just to further prepare you for this episode, the top user review for this on IMDb. The subject line is "Forget about Willow."
Why? Why not?
What an opening statement.
Why not? Look, that just shows the range of Warwick Davis. Basically.
35 people thought that was helpful. That even seems like that seems like such an aggressively low number, and 11 people thumbs downed it. I love user reviews on IMDb. Insomniac Rod never changed. With that, let's get into this week's. I don't know. I'm just here. With that said, let's get into this week's debate question.
Bid our father, the Sea King, rise from the depths full, foul in his fury. Black waves teeming with salt foam, to smother this young mouth with pungent slime.
This movie could have... How was Willem Dafoe not in a Leprechaun film?
That's a great question. That seems like... Yeah. That seems like... At this point, I'm rooting for Willem Dafoe to get divorced 3 times so that he has to make that movie like that. Does he own castles like Nick Cage? Like what has to befall him for him to get in a Leprechaun movie? Because I'm 100% down. Or Robert Eggers makes a Leprechaun movie and casts Willem Dafoe in it. Okay, now I'm in. Like historical accuracy. In like 17th century Ireland, it'd be incredible. Oh, so good. So good.
It's oh my god, this franchise. I'm not looking forward to reviewing number 2. Nate, what debate question? I mean, this is the hell that you have brought upon us. I will let you.
Yeah. This movie. I was going to go, my first debate question thought was best Nathans. Best Nathans. And then I couldn't think of that many Nathans.
You got worried you were going to crack the top half of that list, huh?
There's not that many, so I'd hope I would. There's Nathan Drake from Uncharted. There's Nathan Scott from One Tree Hill. And I couldn't think of any other ones. So you think I'd be in the top 3. But no. So the actual debate question is this. So if you have okay, so if
so excited he's giggling.
I know. Nate's already drunk. Nate started early.
No.
With the gallon challenge and go ahead.
Okay. In the film, I have to go deep because we've done so many already. So in the film, the leprechaun is chasing people. And again, Lisa says this is the least ridiculous of the leprechauns. Leprechaun, and this one's got a backstory. He's got a job. And one of his faults is that because he was a shoemaker, he has to stop to polish dirty shoes he sees along the way.
That was the best.
And so my question would be, if you were the leprechaun, what thing can you just not handle that you'd have to stop and do instead of chase these hapless people in Montana? In Montana, by the way, this is the supposedly filmed. What is your thing that you get sidetracked on that you can no longer chase and kill people who stole your gold?
Oh man,
it's a very deep cut thing. But can you imagine like a kill like Jason is chasing you and you just throw a shoe and then Jason has to go pick up and start shining the shoe and then returns back to chasing you? Yeah. That happens in this movie. Incredible. So what would it have to be?
I mean, I don't know. For me, I know if there's like a stack of like mail or something, I have to go through it.
And you have to go through the mail. Okay.
Yeah.
You do?
I feel.
It's because he goes through it so fast you never see it.
Yeah. Well, when I see that it's there, and it's not a stack of something else.
Okay, wow, that you really undercut your own argument pretty hard there.
Well, I don't know. I got all defensive now, and I dropped my answer, and Lisa called bullshit on that. So what am I supposed to do?
You're just like throwing like, here's your new credit card. Someone just throws it at you. Like, I gotta see. Maybe I need this new credit card.
So all I have to do is to throw a stack of mail.
And then apparently Mitch's, then you get a little distance between you and Mitch chasing you. Apparently, if you throw mail at him, so
Kinda.
This is great. Now, what is it for you, Lisa?
Okay, this is no. Stop. It's not mail.
Okay.
It's catalogs from all the various music places that Mitch likes.
Oh yeah, if you throw like a Sweetwater catalog at me,
Guitar Center.
Oh my god, especially when it's like the fall or the spring catalog. Yeah.
Then he's dead.
Oh god. So basically, what if you were the Leprechaun? They'd lure you into a Guitar Center, essentially. And then that's like, oh, okay, all right. Now we're starting to get somewhere. I like that a lot. Okay. All right. What about you, Lisa? Yeah. What about you?
Oh boy. I don't know. That's a good question. Do you have yours, Nate? Do you know what yours would be?
I mean, I got one. It's just, I figured you'd have.
You go first. No. You go first and let me think.
Okay, so for me, I'm chasing you. You're going around the house trying to escape, and the Leprechaun here pops out in a lot of ways. He's popping out of floors. His hand is getting cut off in doors, and then the hand's opening the door back and putting itself back on, popping out of chests, popping out of crates, popping out of car hoods, everywhere, right? But for me, my kryptonite would be you would throw basically cords. If you threw cords at me, like USB cords, I would have to go and pick them up. And I can't handle cords anymore. I can't handle like the mess of cords, especially since moving. Oh my God. I was just picking up cords. I was just picking up cords the whole day. So basically you throw a bunch of cords at me and I was like, I gotta pick these up and I gotta put them away. So, and then, entangle them, throw some tangled ones. I gotta untangle them. Oh, that's actually probably the most. Throw me some tangled cords. I got to untangle them all. So,
Nate is effectively a cat for those of you listening. Yeah, I mean, Lisa. Okay, Lisa. What
you know those like HDMI cords that are like rough.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And then if something gets tangled around that, it's almost impossible. Oh man, you'd probably have a solid couple minutes.
There's someone out there
distance you could get
who was just like, I know what you mean, bro.
Yeah, I mean, in my old house before I moved, I was cutting holes in walls, running the cords through the walls. Then you have to see them. It was incredible. Anyway, cords. Next, Lisa. Catalogs, cords and catalogs. What do you got?
Oh, let it start with a C.
He does.
Oh.
So I think for me, if you it's the kids selling chocolate. If you put a kid there and they're selling chocolate bars, I always got to stop and buy a bar of chocolate.
Oh, interesting.
I can't ignore them. So chocolate is your C word there. That would stop. Mitch knows this though, because if the kid comes to the door, he's like, no, I'll handle this.
No. Let's.
There's a pile like 4 feet high of just like unused Girl Scout cookies. Yeah. What do I have to do?
I would be willing to say it's not just chocolate. I think if there's a kid selling anything, Lisa's buying. Is it Girl Scout cookies? Is it chocolate? Magazine subscriptions?
Maybe she'll get a magazine subscription to things about music all of a sudden and win. Here we go.
Then neither of us getting anything done.
This almost seems like something the Leprechaun would do to get to you, Lisa. This is almost the reverse. The Leprechaun looks like a little kid and rings the door. I got some Girl Scout cookies. They're mint chocolate, and then just like starts murdering you.
Probably.
Wow.
That would probably be my downfall.
Dang. Okay. I like that twist on it. I like that a lot. Unless you throw some chords at them, then you're okay.
Yeah. Nate, I mean,
successful.
The Leprechaun would get Nate by just saying that it's he's got a case of old granddad and Oberon for him, and Nate would just come running.
Wait, they make a combined case of those things? Holy shit!
I know, lads. I mean, you just run, trip over yourself, fall down the basement.
Well, I'm on the West Coast now, so I don't know. I gotta find out if they even have Oberon here.
Oh my god!
I got some West Coast IPA here. So you can't complain.
Look, Oberon, Nate is willing to accept you as a sponsor to the podcast. Let us know. Nate will gladly drink your product.
I was going live sponsor, but I mean, podcast works too. It's fine. I'm like a NASCAR car. I'm just have all Oberon, all bells, like a headband, like an armband, like pants, track pants.
If old granddads and Oberon are listening, Nate will tattoo your logos anywhere you want. And I do mean anywhere you want.
Eyelids.
like Tekashi 6ix9ine, except with the 6ix9ine, it's the old granddad. And
I got an old granddad. You know what the worst thing would be? You have the old granddad bust, this old dude, and that is your tramp stamp.
He's just looking back, all disappointed.
Oh man, that would be incredible.
What is happening?
Incredible.
All right. Well, look, if you want to suggest ideas of where Nate can get his old granddad tattoo, let us know at TX Podmassacre on Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre on everything else, Texas Podcast Massacre at gmail.com, of course. And you can give us a call at 346-246-3143.
Nice.
That number is still in Texas, not Portland. So,
that's fine.
Gots to call. Call us, leave a voicemail, leave a review. 5-star reviews will get you a priority review. I think we're all caught up now. I think there's one maybe we're holding off on, actually, because we were waiting on Yes. I think that's coming next in a couple weeks. So
a couple weeks, yes. They're on the list. Don't worry about it.
Absolutely.
Don't worry about it.
Absolutely. Well, look, guys, I am excited to talk this. I've been waiting for Lisa to watch this film, and really because it's the best of the franchise. I think that is fair to say without giving anything away.
Absolutely.
But we're gonna
IMDb does not agree with you, but that's stupid.
Well, we'll have that discussion, Nate. Here is this week's movie of the week, Leprechaun.
The luck of the Irish is being packed and shipped to a little town in South Dakota whose luck may have just run out.
Leprechaun. It's out. It's out of the crate.
It's out of the crate.
It's out of the. That is gotta be. How did that not catch on? It's out of the crate, y'all. How did that not catch on as a phrase? Like this off the chain. You can either be off the chain or out of the crate.
Well, there you go, Lisa. It can either be one or two of those things. So
this night's out the crate. Like that, come on. If someone said that, you'd be like, something's happening. That is remarkable. All right, Lisa, unsuspecting victim synopsis. How would you call this movie?
Oh boy. Leprechauns are real. They want their gold. Give it back.
That was almost a haiku. I liked it. That was really good.
Yeah.
I was going for a limerick, but
yeah,
close enough.
Yeah, it was good.
Give it back, moron. There you go. That's fine.
Yeah, there we go. We got it. Nate, what can you tell us about Leprechaun?
Leprechaun movie was filmed in a little bit over a month. Started right around Halloween in I believe 1991. Didn't come out until 1993. You know, the classic release date window in the movie theaters of a Leprechaun movie, January 8th, 1993. I'm not sure what people are doing. Maybe release it around St. Patrick's Day. Tight 92 minutes, budget $1 million, box office almost $9 million. That's right. This was the ship that launched the 8-movie Leprechaun franchise. That's right. We have, at the time, first credited movie, Jennifer Aniston from Friends. If you don't know who one of the most famous movie stars in the world is. Got her start. First hit movie, Leprechaun. First uncredited movie, Mac and Me, which Mitch knows. I love Mac and Me.
Oh, yeah.
Check out the Japanese ending where the main character gets shot and everything explodes. Incredible. Highly recommend watching that. But yeah, Jennifer Aniston was really ashamed of this movie and basically never really did horror again. So that's all the credits for that. Obviously Office Space. And the murder mystery. I don't know. That's not really. That's more of a comedy movie with Adam Sandler. I can't think of anything that's actually horror based. So that's all you get. You get one and done. She made the perfect movie, then she was out. Movie directed by Mark Jones. You might remember him from all of the small movie horror people. And let me get into it. 1993, he did Leprechaun. 1995, he did Rumpelstiltskin, another smaller character going after people. And he directed a movie called, I want to get it right, not Then, just Triloquist. That's right. He did a movie just called Triloquist, where the killer is the ventriloquist dummy. So if you want a small person murdering people, this guy is your dude. Any thoughts on doing any of those movies, Lisa? Rumpelstiltskin, perhaps?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and
sure.
adding it to the list.
Oh gosh. Never mind.
Adding it to the list. Have I seen that movie before? Of course I have. So yeah, Rumpelstiltskin. All right. We got that going for us. We got Warwick Davis in this. We've gone over Warwick Davis so many times. The only thing I will say is Willow TV series. Forget Willow. Nope. Remember it again. It's coming out very shortly in 2022. So you got a whole show. No Val Kilmer, but Warwick Davis as the lead. Yeah, should be fine. I'm not a huge Willow fan, so I don't know if the Willow fans out there will be all
fans.
About this.
Fans a stretch, but I do recall watching Willow a lot as a child.
Okay, well, a lot? That means fan. People who receive special thanks in this film include Vice President Dan Quayle, whose office sped up a visa to get Warwick Davis in the U.S. to film this movie.
Really?
George Lucas. Warwick Davis was under contract to Lucasfilms at the time for being in the Star Wars movies. They gave him permission to appear in the film. So there's that. So this is one of my favorite things of all time. So originally, obviously, a movie called Leprechaun. What cereal would be perfect in Leprechaun? Lucky Charms. Right. General Mills, they went in, they got permission to use Lucky Charms. They saw the movie, they go, we don't want to be associated with this garbage, and revoked their permission. So in the film, they obviously had to go back and not use it. They used a really generic spoof name of a cereal box. And then instead of the line being your luck just ran out that the kid says at the end, instead they changed it to fuck you, Lucky Charms, as a dig on General Mills for revoking their ability to use Lucky Charms officially in the film. Isn't that one of the greatest pieces of cinema trivia you've ever heard?
That's really good.
That should have been the tagline for the whole movie.
Yeah, the tagline is the luck of the Irish ran out.
Yeah, they should.
Terrible tagline.
Terrible. They should have just let, fuck you, Lucky Charms, and put that on the poster.
That would have been incredible. Oh, God. So good. Is that one of the greatest lines of all time? I mean, come on. It's very good. It's very good. Especially for my kid who's like 13 or 12 or something. So yeah, initially Warwick Davis, and he said this in other episodes, doesn't like horror movies, doesn't like really the Leprechaun series, thought it might have been a mistake to do it. All of a sudden, Jennifer Aniston, because the huge hit, is like, no, this is a great move. I love it. Knew it the whole time. Whole time. Obviously, the movie did not review well. It's a 4.8 on IMDb, lower than number 3, which is astonishing to me. This movie is incredibly better than the third one. I think we can all be in agreement on that. But yeah, this movie, started the whole thing. Warwick Davis did his own stunts. When the leprechaun was walking back through that fence that had the leprechaun outline through it where he fell through, that was him climbing back through, baby.
I was trying to think, did he have any major stunts that he did?
Yeah, he was in the wheelchair. He was in the wheelchair himself.
He rode the tricycle.
He was on roller skates.
Yeah, he was on roller skates, baby.
I stand corrected.
He was getting fake shot by a gun and judo rolling into other rooms. I mean, come on. He was jumping out of things. He's agile. So, how old do you think Warwick Davis was in this movie, this film?
How old was he?
Yeah.
27.
Mitch?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were waiting on me. I was letting it sink in. Oh my God. I'm going to say he was. That was a good pick, Lisa. I'm going to say 30.
23.
Woo!
Oh my God.
No. Sorry. That was when the movie was released. He was almost when he was filmed. He was 21.
Oh my God.
Oh wow.
So he's a young guy.
How old was he when he did Willow?
He's agile. He was 18.
Was there only that little difference between Willow and Leprechaun? I feel like there was like a 10-year gap between those movies. Oh my God.
Well, from the filming, there was about a 2 to 3 year gap, but from the release, it's about 5 years because it was kind of on the shelf for over a year.
Maybe that's what it was then.
Yeah. So yeah, he was born in 1970. So yeah, 1991 when it was filmed. 21 years old. So he's agile. This is agile. Warwick Davis. You're not seeing this agility in Leprechaun in the Hood. He's not doing all these stunts. This is probably the best you're gonna get. And yeah, you know what? Well, let's get into the movie because I could talk about it forever. But overall thoughts, Mitch. I want to hear overall thoughts. Leprechauns. This is our 4th Leprechaun movie.
So, I saw this one.
Where are we talking about?
I saw this one roughly around. I didn't see it in theaters or anything like that because I'm not a crazy person. But
like 10 years old,
right?
10 years old, go and see the theater.
Well,
not 10. 1993. Oh, never mind. Like 6 years old or something.
Yeah, my family. That's not necessarily a deal breaker. No, but this is dare I say the better? I don't know. Here's the thing. It really depends on what do you like about the Leprechaun films? Because I think if you really like more of like if you like the rapping, and I say rapping loosely, you're not gonna like this one as much, right? It's a weaker Leprechaun film. If certainly a little bit more of the killing is I don't know, the killing's about good here. I don't know this. I think it's an overall more streamlined horror film than maybe some of the other ones. And
that's usually how the series go, right? Like
sure.
Over time, Freddy got more cartoonish. Over time, Jason got more cartoonish.
Yeah.
Puppet Master, they stayed about the same.
I think the problem is they already started leaning into the comedy versus it being a little bit more, like Freddy wasn't like cracking jokes all that much in the first one, right? Like Leprechaun's already.
Well, he's a leprechaun though. I mean, you got to have a little levity, but
do you?
I think so. You got Warwick Davis. You got to ham it up a little bit. He's not the most menacing dude.
No, I don't know. We'll see where I land with this. I'm curious if I'm going to rate this higher than the other ones, but because for the longest time I would have told you this was the best one. I'm not 100% sure I still sit there. So that's where I'm at right now. Let's see how the discussion goes.
Wow. Okay. All right, Lisa, what about you?
It was fine.
It was fine. Can you get a little more in depth that it was fine?
I think compared to the other ones we've done, I like this one the best, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I like it. All right.
I'm a Warwick Davis fan, and I like Jennifer Aniston, so that helped. So yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it. So yeah, for me, I would say unequivocally the best of the Leprechaun movies. The only one where he's not almost like a complete caricature. And the second one, so the first one in the theaters, second one was also released in theaters, got disappointing returns. Then 3 onward, straight to video, and we're never coming back from that. It's just straight to Tubi TV at this point, probably. But yeah, this one, a little bit of a budget. Young Jennifer Aniston obviously is draw. You got the kid. Like the kid is like an off-brand kid from Kazam. The kid, what kid I'm talking about. He was in a bunch of early 90s, like mid 90s movies. I'm talking about, Lisa, right? That kid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what his name was, but this kid is like that kid. And then you got got this hunky guy named Nathan. I can empathize. So it's pretty solid construction. I don't know how being in the way up north of America, like some LA girl wearing LA gears. I was like, oh my God, LA gear, throwback. Fish out of water into leprechaun chasing thing. It's quite a story, but I think it's probably some of the better writing in the series. I mean, you go to Vegas, you go to space, you go to the hood, you go back to the hood, you redo an origin story that's terrible, and then you do a second one that's, I think it was a little better. Well, I don't remember which one was better. They're so bad. So in terms of the actual setup, this is the most realistic, and this one leans the most into actually being a leprechaun. Aside from in 3, where there's that computer program that explains what leprechauns are, and that computer, which is incredible. Other than that, this actually goes into a little bit of lore, what a leprechaun is. He's got the shoemaking job. It makes a little bit of sense-ish. You go from there. But yeah, I don't know. I would have loved to have seen the scene where he actually got caught in Ireland. That would have been incredible. God, that'd have been quite an opening to the movie. But yeah. Anyway,
how did we not start off with him getting captured?
No, I don't know. It'd have been incredible. I want to see a leprechaun get caught I want to see a leprechaun get caught in a movie like that. I don't know if I've ever.
I
seen
like that
that
you had to add in a movie, not that you wanted to see a leprechaun get caught in real life. Like
Yes, exactly. So. Exactly. Like,
exactly.
Two separate things I want to see. I want to just one before the other. No, I think the story works out. Leprechaun getting things back. Powers are diminished without the gold. Gets the gold back. It's more powerful. My question to you, Mitch, is that okay? So in Leprechaun in the Hood, at this point, at the end of the movie, he has like 5 backup dancers / singers under like mind control, right? He's able to like have anyone have a hit song, things like that. But like in this movie, he can't beat like Country Bumpkins. Like, I don't know. Did Leprechaun like between year
remember
800 and like 850 like get way better at powers? Like, I don't understand what happened in the lineage of Leprechaun.
He doesn't have he has his whole bag of gold. Like, I think he's only missing a few pieces in the other one, right? He's not missing his whole like sack of gold.
Okay, maybe that's it. Okay.
I mean,
where's the magic flute in this one?
You know me, Leprechaun historian.
Yeah, that's what I go to. You go to me to watch the movies, but you stay with Mitch for the lore.
Oh yeah,
that's really weird. That's really weird.
Oh my god.
Lisa's got Harry Potter. Mitch has got Leprechaun. You guys got Warwick Davis basically locked up. If you learn some Star Wars,
I was like, Warwick Davis takes on more roles involving some creature invested in gold.
Yeah, basically.
I want to see a leprechaun where he's like trading in clove or Shiba coin, a little dough.
Clove, just like in real life, is a no-go for him. So Lisa, let's talk about the movie in terms of horror. So, scariness factor, unsuspecting victim factor. What do we think about this one? Any scares at all? Okay, there's no scares whatsoever.
No, I mean, he does pop up randomly.
He pops out a lot of popping.
But it's nothing that bad. It's not very dramatic.
What about the kills? Any of the kills stand out?
I mean, I wasn't a fan of the pogo stick.
That's the best one.
Pogo stick kill is legendary. That's what I'm saying. What Puppet Masters have a pogo stick kill?
No, it has a doll with a drill on its head that drills into people.
It's not.
And there's one with 6 shooters. There's one dude that like crushes someone's head with his like brute strength for a doll, which is something that we need to do an actual Puppet Master film. I'm getting real pissed. I'm having to like without context explain these things like a madman.
The defense rest.
Look, sorry. If you are a Puppet Master fan or have watched, I don't even need a fan. Have you watched it? I just need someone who has watched them. I need to know someone else in this world has actually watched these films.
Texas Puppet Massacre should take over.
Texas Puppet Master. Jesus, it was.
Oh God. So I used to. I didn't talk about this before, but I used to watch. I used to get my parents to get me horror films way earlier than they should have, renting VHS tapes from the local grocery store after church. And I will never forget the first time I watched Leprechaun. That when he's in the car and chases the policeman, like, was in my brain for a long time. Watching it maybe 10, 11 years oldish, maybe 12. And then the pogo stick kill, obviously. But when he's in the car, like moving, like it's a really like weird sped up thing. I will never forget that. The first time I saw that, indelible mark. He's doing some weird. He's doing some weird stuff. That kill was only like a head, like a neck break. That wasn't much, but
cool.
He pushes a lady down the stairs. That's the first kill. There's an old lady down the stairs, like, peace out. Makes a guy have a stroke, then kills him by dropping him through an elevator shaft. 10 years later, that's actually pretty brutal if you think about that. Comes back 10 years.
Yeah.
And does some work there. Yeah, it's none of the main characters really die though in this one.
No,
which is kind of surprising.
And part of the issue is like a lot of the deaths happen kind of in the first half of the film, and then not a whole lot in the second half.
That's my one critique, probably, is that the main characters were a little too bulletproof. One got in the bear trap, one got slashed up. Kid was in peril briefly. They did a little bit, but I would have preferred them to spread it out a little more, to be honest. So that's a little bit of a downgrade for me.
Yeah, I mean, Lisa, were you ever worried that any of the main characters were going to eat it at any point?
I mean, yes, I was.
Okay.
I gotta ask.
I thought Nathan for sure would.
Oh yeah, I was expecting discount Kevin Bacon to die early.
Canadian bacon.
Canadian bacon. Damn it! It was right there.
So close to Canada.
It was
Perfect.
right there.
Perfect.
I missed it. Oh,
Perfect.
I'm so disappointed. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
The guy, to be fair, the guy's from California. I'm gonna call him Canadian bacon.
I like it.
That guy was great. He was also in horror film April Fool's Day. Also, so got to throw that out there. No, it was. It was never. I mean, these people are tormented in this house for so long, and kudos for the backstory getting written in. Like, oh man, what a shitty house they have to go to. Perfect for breaking all the floorboards, having people pop through and not having to fix it or anything like that. Very smart production designing type moves happening in this movie. So
yeah,
kudos for that. That was pretty smart.
Also, who in the prop department was like, "Oh, you need paint? We only have red and blue left over, so just use that."
Right.
This was done.
I'm not buying new paint.
This was done on a budget. I don't know. Warwick Davis's fee after Willow might have been a lot of this movie.
Look,
well, I don't know.
I'm sorry they went to Old Glory Patriot Paint Company.
Oh.
All they have is red, white, and blue. Those are your options.
That's it. And paint. That's it.
Yeah, they call it it's the Freedom Paint package for sure. I don't know. Like Nate, I watched this movie when I was much younger. I think I watched it. It was one of like the first Halloweens I didn't go trick or treating. I think me and my friends we had a big slumber party and we basically rented a whole bunch of trash horror movies and watched them together.
Nice.
It was like this and like Thinner, I think, and Hellraiser.
Oh, Thinner.
Yeah. We didn't pick well. I know. We picked based.
We gotta do Thinner. We gotta do Thinner.
We totally picked based on the cover art of the. And that's not a great way to pick movies.
God, now I'm gonna think about Thinner all day. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I can't help but point out, Nate. I would like to reemphasize for all my Team Attic folk, the Leprechaun trapped in the basement, because that's where it makes sense to store evil things, and that's of course had they never wandered in the basement.
That's where you trap evil things.
Had they never wandered in the basement, Leprechaun would still be trapped there today. So.
Yeah,
I like that we're both trying to claim the credit for it, but I think
the basement is the only thing that can hold the leprechaun.
No, it's no boo.
No, the 4-leaf clover.
Oh, okay. Does the 4-leaf clover grow closer to the basement or the attic? That's my case.
It grows up to the wonder that
goes closer to the well. There's a well in this too.
Oh! You mean a water basement? You mean a water basement? I mean, come on.
What is it?
What
is it, boy? Did Lep fall down the well again?
Yeah, it's great because from the beginning and it's just watching it again. It was just fun watching it for the. I've probably seen this at least 5 or 6 times. The Lep from Lep in the Hood, right? Lep is there from the very beginning of the franchise.
Yeah,
very, very just casual.
I love that. I love that has made it through all the franchise.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's so funny.
I don't love that we've gotten rid of his shoe shining.
Yeah, I don't care.
Story arc.
I like that.
I don't know. I think they should have kept throwing that in every movie. He just gets more frustrated that like more people keep learning about this like dirty shoe thing he's got to deal with, right? Like that should have been a whole plot line for every movie.
Oh, and then every movie they can get some sort of sponsorship. What's the new shoe? LA Gear was clearly doing something in this movie, right? They were focusing on LA Gears a lot. What if 1998's Leprechaun in the Hood? Boom, Airwalks done.
Oh,
yeah, right. Every movie could have had a custom shoe. That'd been incredible. I mean,
I don't disagree with that.
The kills in this interesting. I mean, the way to defeat the Leprechaun 4-leaf clover, I think that makes total sense. Mm-hmm. I don't know why instead of the well exploding at the end, I don't understand why you would explode a well. I don't know what that makes sense at all. Maybe pour some concrete down the well. I don't know. Doesn't that make more sense? Why does no one ever pour concrete over the Leprechaun when they have him trapped? Maybe that's my
they shot it.
Question.
And the other confusing thing is she said that the old man said, as soon as you put the 4-leaf clover on him, then you can kill him. But I mean, so do it. Kill him. Make sure.
Make damn sure. Yeah, I don't understand. It's like, I don't know. I mean, he fell down the well. It was pretty convenient. I don't know.
If they had just run through a mud pit, all of them, and just left their shoes there, I mean, that's at least a few hours of work, right? Like, I feel like that could have given them plenty of time to kind of devise a much better plan than whatever they were going.
You mean like a Rube Goldberg machine that just starts dropping shoes into mud like every 10 minutes?
Something, yeah.
Like a conveyor belt, like a really slow conveyor belt or something.
Yeah, something.
That would be incredible. Yeah, something. And then in the mud pit, then you just pour concrete over everything and you just concrete them. Done.
Let's talk about some bold choices in this movie, because I think they tried to make some, namely making the final girl totally insufferable. Right? Like she is the most unlikable character in this group. Like, because
Are you sure?
Yes, because I think when you look at all, like in most horror movie, and particularly like these, right? There's always like the one dude in there that you're like, okay, this dude needs to eat it, right? Like usually
the dad was that person.
Yeah, and he just got bit by a leprechaun, and then went to the hospital for the rest of the film. What the
fuck was that, Tara? I hope he got like clover poisoning or something. I hope he got.
Leprechaun, Cloverfield.
The clots of the Irish. Something. God.
I don't know. I thought she's just the worst throughout all of it, and she keeps giving poor what's his name shit the whole movie.
Nathan?
No, not Nathan. The other the other one. The base what's his face from Pee-wee's? Yeah. See, I never learned his actual name.
His face from Pee-wee?
Well, because I don't know him from this movie. I know him from Pee-wee's Big Adventure as Francis. Yeah, Francis. Yeah. So he was just Francis to me, and so
that's fair.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought she was like so much more unlikable than I seem to remember this character being.
I don't know. I liked her. She started taking charge. She started grabbing the shotgun. She used her cell phone. Which that cell phone is comical. Still better than the Zach Morris phone.
Wow.
It had like a little flipping up part at least.
I
had a flipping up part at least. That's it. I liked her. What do you think, Lisa? You gotta break the tie here. What do you think about Jennifer Aniston's character Tori in the film?
I think at the beginning she was insufferable,
but by the end,
she got better towards the end. She's still not as likable as some of the other final girls, but she was okay.
Okay, right in the middle. Okay, yep.
This movie, watching it now, this movie felt a lot more like the better version of this movie was Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Like same sort of kind of comedy horror type feel to it, but just a much better like version. But like same kind of same like main group of characters and friends, same sort of weird like weird villain type of thing, right? Like leprechauns are such a weird villain, particularly the way they've done it in this whole franchise, right? Because there's just so many questions.
That's why I like it. It's like
explain to me, what is the point of having the gold if you don't like spend it on or use it on anything, right? Like it's so dumb. I don't know.
You sold your soul too. You sold your soul for the gold. It's like Gollum in the Ring. They just want to possess and have it. That's all.
It's just
right. Didn't that explains it, doesn't it?
I mean, sure. I'll give it to you. It's still dumb.
All right, Mitch. This is the true.
Not a single thing. Danny Boy reference in this whole movie.
They didn't lean into the stereotypical Irish stuff.
Yeah, they wasn't Danny Boy. I thought the guy at the beginning was named Danny.
I really appreciate too, right? He did, and we made the joke watching it that we started singing "Danny Boy, the Pipes Are Calling," which they should have done. I'm disappointed they didn't. I love the fact that when he first meets Ozzy and he goes, "What are you?" and he goes, "What you think? You see me hat? You see me shoes? It's like the hat and the shoes are not what defines you as a leprechaun, my man."
Look, he likes shoes. Well, come on.
What is this? What fucking Kingsman? The clothes maketh the man. Like I don't understand.
Or Kingsman ripped this off. You're welcome.
Well, so
true. Now Leprechaun was famous for bargain bin DVDs. You know, I was a huge fan of those. Famous in bargain bin DVDs.
How much did you pay for this?
It's the go. Well, it's not Blu-ray. It's not Blu-ray. Thank you. It was $13 for 7 movies. You're welcome. So Leprechaun was famous for being bundled. It was actually the first TriStar movie released in theaters, fully produced by TriStar. You're welcome. TriStar, or thank you, TriStar.
I'm about to say, who are you saying you're welcome
Leprechaun.
to?
Leprechaun. I have stock in TriStar.
Jesus.
The Leprechaun was famous for, it was like 4 movie DVD collections, right? 4 movies in one collection thing.
Of course.
A lot of credit movies that always bundled together. But there's one on here, Mitch, that I figured that you would like. So there's one with Pumpkinhead 2. Okay. Leprechaun, Wishmaster, and Wishmaster 2 all on one DVD set. Now, how enticing is that to you?
If it had only been Pumpkinhead 1, I mean that would have been a buy. That would have been a buy. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Pumpkinhead 2.
Yeah, that's a lot.
No.
But as I'm saying, you could have got.
Problem is Pumpkinhead. The first one's too good of a movie for that collection. So I realized they were caught between a rock and a hard place.
I thought you were a Wishmaster fan. No?
I like Wishmaster too. I'm still not going to buy 2 of them.
Wow. Okay. Well, you could have. Any final thoughts on this? Some of the practical effects for getting the leprechaun death were pretty good. I think like the Leprechaun death was solid. You get a lot of those early 90s, like something shimmering with a color, like kind of like CGI kind of stuff,
It's the
that
same
happens about 3 or 4 times in the movie. Yeah.
It's the same death scene from Gremlins 2. Same effects and everything.
With less electric Gremlins.
No, they even still have, that's electric Gremlins, but still some electricity.
There was like a purple, as I was saying, it's like that weird like highlight of his character with like a color. That's all.
Yeah, now it's all lens flares and bullshit. But yeah, back then, whatever the 90s equivalent of that was. Yeah,
well, Lisa, what do you think about the final ending? Kid yells, "Fuck you, Lucky Charms," puts gum inside of a 4-leaf clover and slingshots it Dennis the Menace style right down Warwick Davis's throat. What do you think about the ending?
That was great.
Hey, Mr.
That was great.
Wilson.
Okay. And then they exploded a well with water on the bottom. Somehow. There we go. Yep. And then the cops show up. Hey. If you were a cop, would you pull over Warwick Davis in that car? I would say no.
No. No.
No, I'm not messing with that nonsense. So just no. Oh, are you a child? Nope. Okay, I'm out. Thanks for that.
I'm calling him back at the minute, and he's like, "I'm a leprechaun." I'm like, "Yeah, you look like you're on bath salts." I'm getting back up in here.
It's like crocodile.
Like, no kid, no.
Listen to that.
Like, I don't know. It's look at this dude's face, man. You're gonna think this is a kid, like.
Yeah, it was. And then there's like like people make fun of characters for like stopping and not running, whatever. This cop probably is the worst example of that of all time. And he's a police. This is the incompetent right here for sure. High factor in this movie, but yeah, the cop like slows down a million times, sees a hat, is like, oh, I'm stopping. I guess I'm done. Then like just leans against a tree for some reason, like in the middle of the chase, and just gets murdered. I don't know. That was a pretty bad thing. But Leprechaun in the car, never forget, for sure. So. Anything else you want to mention about this classic cult horror film?
So I think part of my point earlier about, how this movie sort of sits compared to the others, whether it's the best one or not. I think in terms of like the traditional horror film, it's probably the better, more mainstream one. But if you're coming in looking for like funny Leprechaun, like later movie, like frankly, right? If you're coming here looking for rapping and the shit that made like Leprechaun into Hood and all that, like great.
If you're looking for a spider version of a Nazi doctor called Dr. Mittenhund,
right?
You're not getting that in this
because you get it a little bit, and it's a shame because I think this is probably where they figured out we done messed up. This is how we should have done this, because toward the end, the best scene in the whole movie, Nate, is where the kid is trying to set up the bear trap and Leprechaun's like comes over and is trying to like shove his face in it, right? And then Ozzy says, I've got the gold in my belly, and he goes, well, it's your belly I be wanting, right? And he starts chasing them. And sometimes, I don't know, Warwick Davis, like, it's Irish, but it still sounds too much like a pirate more than it does a leprechaun.
Well, he's not Irish, he's English.
I know, so it gets a little too Captain Hooky at some points. But my favorite part is inexplicably all of a sudden Nathan and Tori show up, and Nathan goes to fire, but the gun jams. And it's such a quick cut. He's just like all of a sudden there, but the gun jams. Like, it doesn't even show him like loading and aiming. And then on the way out, fucking Leprechaun runs, just how's the leg and kicks him in his like stumpy shin.
Yes, that was incredible.
I laughed out loud, and I think Lisa's face. I mean, Lisa, I need you to describe that moment, because the face you made was incredible. Like, it was exactly what I wanted out of that scene.
Leg.
Yeah,
dunk, and he kicks the bear trap. But that's what I like about it, is because it plays it more of a horror film, so that I think the comedy lands more effectively. Whereas in the later ones, just they have nothing else to lean on except comedy, and the comedy is just so overdone and just like it's so ridiculous that I prefer the earlier one, where it's a little more spaced out and it like has time to land.
Yeah,
that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong. I want to see Warwick Davis rapping as the Leprechaun as much as the next guy. But the only reason they have to rap as the Leprechaun is because they went to Vegas, they went to space, they went straight to video, and they don't have money, so they have to do something. And that's one of the easier ways to do it. I mean, once you're in Freddy 5, Freddy 6, right? It's the same thing. Once you're in, Jason X, you're in the same kind of boat. So I don't know. As a complete movie, I think this one is by far the best one. If you want someone whose lips explode because they get so huge in their body and butt and their whatever gets huge, then the third one is probably your best bet. And if you want to see Warwick Davis as the worst CGI giant of all time, you watch Leprechaun 4. So. Or if you want to see topless space princesses, that is also.
There's a lot in all of these.
if you want to see Ice-T, what was his name
Mac Daddy Onassis.
Mac Daddy,
the greatest
Onassis.
Character name of all time. How dare you put some respect on Mac Daddy Onassis' name?
Was that a ripoff of Crisscross? I have no clue. But incredible
knows?
stuff.
It was still awesome.
And there's
all
a magic flute and like all the rhyming in the entire world. So I mean, all the movies have something, but this one's an actual movie.
Well, you know what? Let's see where we end up. What is y'all's final cut?
Final cut.
Oh my goodness. Who wants to go for it? Lisa, would you like to kick us off?
Oh boy. Sure. It was okay.
Okay. All right.
I like Warwick Davis. I like Jennifer Aniston. I mean, I like the casting. I think the cast did a good job.
Okay.
I don't know why Jennifer Aniston wants to totally forget about this one. I think it was fine. Like,
I think her acting was not as good as her later.
She did fine though. I didn't think it was that bad.
I didn't think it was that bad either. I thought she was a solid character for the the age of the character.
I think she did fine.
Yeah.
It wasn't scary, which is always a plus in my book. And the kid survived, so doing pretty good.
Kid survives.
There.
Yeah. You thought had you ever seen this before?
No, I take it back. I've probably seen parts of it on TV during October-ish,
Okay.
When Mitch just has horror movies,
sci-fi channel horror movies.
Yeah.
This fills that niche.
Fright Fest and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure I've seen parts of it before, but I never saw through the whole thing end to end. I don't think. So I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
It was fine. It was
I'm shocked.
5 is right there, right? It's a little bit better than a 5.
Hold on. I'm cracking a beer. I can't hear you. Hold on a second. Oh, yes.
Was that a victory? Wait, was that like a celebration beer?
That was a celebration beer for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my God! Honestly, incredible. The way you reacted, I was hoping Warwick Davis was like hiding behind you there, like he was going to come out like, "We did it,
Nate." That's what happened in my head.
We finally found one.
Wow, this is incredible.
Oh my God!
I'm ecstatic. All right, Mitch. No, I'm gonna go. Screw you. I'm gonna go.
There you go. Fuck you, Lucky Charms. You go.
Leprechaun. Look, one of the greatest lines in cinema history. Warwick Davis launches the iconic character and role and cult classic franchise that's 8 movies deep. I don't know if there's gonna be any other ones. I'm sure there won't be. They won't ever stop. How many Puppet Masters have there been? Like 14 or something. Ridiculous.
Well, they've had 2 without Warwick Davis, right? There's Leprechaun Returns and Leprechaun Origins.
Exactly. Yeah. And to be fair, I'm not as big a fan of those, but
no one is.
But that's whatever. It's fine. Look, this is a classic film. Classic. What other horror movie you gonna watch around St. Patrick's Day? Tell me that, Mitch.
That's
exactly. Fair. It owns an entire part of the calendar of horror, and that up until April Fool's Day, I guess. And then that's April Fool's Day movie. Look, this is a classic. Launched the franchise. It's my favorite one. 7 out of 10 Lucky Charms. It's a good movie.
Oh my God.
It's a good movie. Lisa agrees. I agree. And that's it. Guys, catch us next week. No, I'm just kidding. What do you got? Mitch?
Oh my God. I think y'all been snorting some Lucky Charms. Jesus. I don't know. I struggle with this one. I'd gone in
likable characters. Look, Jennifer Aniston is the contrast fee, but the other characters are legitimately likable.
Oh no, for sure.
So I mean, for a horror movie, that is actually fairly impressive. See,
I don't. Here's what I'm weighing in my head. I don't know that I liked it quite as much as I seem to recall of liking it.
Okay.
But again, I think that one scene where he trips Nathan and says, "How's the leg?" is between that and I mean, honestly, the movie could just be those two parts, right?
Best leg based line says "sweep the leg."
Yeah, because it just comes out of fucking like it's not even. There's no magic to it. There's nothing. He's not even trying to like kill him. He's just like, yeah, fuck you, but it just kicks him in the leg. It's so wonderful. That may fix it. I'm gonna go 6 out of 10.
Yes,
Clovers.
Oh my god, incredible!
It's not a bad movie.
It's a St. Patrick's Day miracle. I will say it will depend what you want out of the film, but I mean, you're right. It launched the franchise. It did really well considering it's not great. No. It's not a great film, but compared to other holiday films, I mean, Jesus, Jack Frost, Thanksgiving. Okay, yeah, that I agree with.
I mean, it's
look, if you're going second tier horror films, this is like almost the pinnacle.
Yeah.
Of that. Yeah. It's God. Can I say you're the man now, dog?
Can
I say that?
No.
Can I say that?
It's still not the same. It's Scottish. That's wrong.
I know. It doesn't matter.
God. All right.
Did we do a whole thing about Sean Connery rapping in one of the previous episodes?
We did.
I'm Scottish. I don't understand what I do. It doesn't matter.
I do want to see Lep versus Sean Connery rapping. That would be.
Think about it this way. Both hate England with a passion. It's they're basically one of my relatives people from Ireland I've heard said that Scottish people are Irish people who couldn't swim back. So they're tight. They're tight. Come on.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Listen, here's your debate question. Who you taking in a fight, Leprechaun or William Wallace?
Oh, Leprechaun has magic. Seems like a no-brainer.
William Wallace he's William Wallace, but it's a trick question. They wouldn't fight against each other. They'd fight together. Duh.
Well, that's imposing. Wow. I don't know. Is there going to be
one fights for one fights for free
part 2?
One fights for freedom. One fights for gold. It's
that's the tension between.
Oh my
the two.
god! Wait,
one
doesn't not Robert the Bruce, but doesn't one of them like betray Braveheart for a bunch of gold and estates and stuff?
Yes.
In England? Holy shit!
It was literally the leprechaun.
Holy shit! And that's how he becomes the leprechaun. That's the leprechaun origin story.
And he sold his soul. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. That's incredible. Oh man,
make it happen, Hollywood.
Lisa, would you watch that movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a hit. Nate, tell them where they can send us our royalties from when they make that blockbuster film.
Send your royalties to only me. The only Nathan in the podcast other than the characters. At TX Podmaster on Twitter. Text is podcastmaster@gmail.com. Send us your thoughts. Send us your prayers. Send us
where you're going with that.
Your thoughts, your prayers, and let us know what you think about Leprechaun. Is Leprechaun an amazing franchise? Is it not?
Or is it simply just awesome?
Let us know. Let us know if you would throw a Guitar Center catalog at Mitch if you ever saw him. Let us know that. Give us a call, 346-246-3143. Leave us a voicemail. Let us know, again, Leprechaun, any movies you want, 5-star review from Apple Podcast or a podcast platform of your choice. We do have, in 2 weeks, we have another listener request coming up. Next week, we have an Oregon special coming in. Gotta get the Oregon-based horror films going. So
got to.
Oregon represent next week. And then we have listener requests. So keep those requests coming in. Hansel and Gretel and Hansel never requested yet. If you want to hear Mitch rant, Halloween Kills style, then you can go for it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Halloween Kills style.
Spoiler alert! If y'all want to hear my first zero, recommend.
He has to watch it again, and that is how you do it right there. Look, someone requested the Poughkeepsie tapes, and Lisa had to kind of watch it and then not watch it. So if someone can request that, someone can request Gretel and Hansel. Human Centipede 3 quasi on the list. Give us that 5-star review and solidly put it in the rotation. I have it. It's on. I'm looking at the schedule right now. It's kind of far downish. Bring it up. Bring it up with that 5-star review. And then, as always, thanks for listening. I just moved to a brand new state. There's green trees here. It's way different, and you guys have been listening and sending some nice messages and shout outs to Oregon. So I appreciate that. Yeah, and happy St. Paddy's Day.
Happy St. Paddy's Day, Nate. Happy St. Paddy's Day, Lisa.
Top of the morning to all of you.
Oh my God.
Did you say? Hold on. Oh God. Okay.
God damn it, Lisa. Well done.
Top of the morning to y'all. What has happened at the end of that? I don't know what happened there.
That's a Texas St. Paddy's Day right there.
Warwick Davis is gonna like revoke your fan card or something. I don't know what happened there. There's gotta be consequences for that.
On that note, from all of us here at Texas Podcast Massacre, thank you so much for tuning in, and just keep telling yourself it's only a movie. Good night.